All right, read the directions here. It says completing the place value chart by filling in the missing place values in the blanks provided. Um, the first thing you need to know about a place value chart is that it's based on a base 10 system. Um, uh, um, it goes up by 10. So if you look at the first place value on the place value chart, it's ones, right? And what do you have to multiply the one by to get the next one? 10. And that's what you multiply each one to get the next place value, because it's the basis of our numbering system is the number 10. So that's the key number in our numbering system, 10. So, like I said, if you look at the first one, it's ones. Then if you multiply by 10, you get the next place value, which is tens. If you multiply by 10, you get the next place value. So what's 10 times 10? 100. So then now now this would be the hundreds place value. Okay, and then you multiply 100 times 10, right? What's 100 times 10? Remember that whenever you multiply a number by 10 to get the number, all you have to do is add a zero. So if we add a zero to 100, we get 1,000. So if you notice, there's the next place value, 1,000. If you multiply 1,000 times 10, you get the next place value, which is 10,000. Okay, you don't write the number. I'm being lazy. You have to write the word. You're going to write 10,000. And if you want the 100,000 place value, if you multiply 10,000 times 10, you get the next one, right? What is the next one? 100,000. And so on and so forth. If you multiply 100,000 times 10, you get 1 million. If you multiply 1 million times 10, you get 10 million. If you multiply 10 million times 10, you get 100 million. Okay? So, and I don't know if you noticed the pattern though, because all we're doing is multiplying by 10 over and over and over again, the pattern repeats. Look, ones, tens, hundreds. Let me highlight this. Ones, tens, hundreds. Ones, tens. Oops, I messed up. See? Here we go. Ones, tens. I don't know if you caught it or you just probably copied me and wrote whatever I wrote, and that means you're not paying attention. But it's ones, tens, and what would be the next one? Look at the pattern. Ones, tens, hundreds. Ones, tens, hundreds. Ones, tens. I hope you said hundreds. You could be right. 100 million. Okay. So so that's how you figure out the next place value. You just multiply by 10 again, because again it's because we have our key number in our numeric system is the number 10. Now, these are called the units, okay? These here are called the units. Units. Ones, tens, hundreds, ones, tens, hundreds, ones, tens, hundreds. I'm sorry, not the units. They're called the place values. Ones, tens, hundreds. When somebody says the place value, round to the nearest place value, then you're talking about these here, right? Ones, tens, hundreds, ones, tens, hundreds. Now these up here are called the headings, okay? And with every comma, the heading changes. Okay. Every three numbers, the heading changes. So the first three numbers is units. The next three numbers is what? Thousand. The next three numbers is millions. The next three numbers is billions. The next three numbers is trillions. Okay? I hope you understand everything about this place value chart. These are called the headings. These are called the place values. You get to the next place value by multiplying by 10. And you see a pattern arise, which is ones, tens, hundreds, ones, tens, hundreds, ones, tens, hundreds. Every heading, every new heading, you begin with one again, right? So the units starts at one, the thousand starts at one, the million starts at one, then it goes ones, tens, hundreds, ones, tens. So if you want to read this number, once you know the heading and everything, it's easy to read the number, okay? Because all you've got to do is just, if you know how to read numbers up to 100, you can read any number. Let me show you how. Read this number. What is that number? 951. So then all you've got to do is read 951. Don't say and because that means decimal. So you don't say and when you're reading these numbers unless it's a decimal. You say 951 million 642, and then we had put thousand here. 320. That's the number. 951,642,320. And that's how you read the number. You just read the hundred and then the heading. The hundred place and then the heading. The hundred place and then the heading. And that's how you can read any big, huge number just by knowing the heading and the place value. That's it. You can read any number. Awesome, huh? Alright, so here it says, what are the directions here? Let me look. I don't know. Okay, this is just a chart. It's saying population. It's saying projected population 2050. Here, what do we see? We see, what are these countries here, huh? These are countries. Okay. Japan, Nigeria, Pakistan, United States. This is how many people are in each country. Which country has the most? It looks like the United States has the most people. And here's the projected population. That means how many people we think there will be in each country by the year 2050. That's about, it's 2012 right now, so that's about 38 years from now. So it looks like the United States will still have the most. How would you read this number? Let's see if you remembered what you learned earlier. You go 403, don't say and, I made a mistake. 403,943,147. That's how you read that number. So let's say the United States has the most people. Then what's after that? It looks like Indonesia is in 2050. Will Indonesia still have the most people? Yep. What's after Indonesia? It looks like it's Brazil. In 2050, will Brazil still have the most people? Yeah, it will. Looks like, right? I mean, the third will still be the third biggest country. It looks like it will be. And you figure out the rest. Okay. Let's go down and read the directions. Now that we've looked at the place value chart, let's go down a little bit and read the directions. It says, look at the population column for the nations in the chart. To indicate which number is being described, write the correct nation on the blank. So here, you guys know place values already because we went over the place value chart. What is that, chart? I meant chart up at the top of the page. So here it says there's a 0 in the ones place and a 2 in the hundred thousands place. So there's a 0 in the ones place. Which one has a 0? Okay, let me get rid of all this highlight stuff I did. Oops. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so I don't want that. Okay. So let's see. Let me change my. I want it small. I don't want it so big. Then let's try that. Okay. So this one has a 0. Nigeria has a 0, and Pakistan has a 0 in the ones place. Now we found the two numbers that have a 0 in the ones place. So now you got to figure out which one has a 2 in the hundred thousands place. Okay. So if you want, you could look back up at your place value chart to find out which one is in the hundred thousands place. What number is in the hundred thousands place? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's in the hundred thousands place, the number 6. So the sixth number from right to left is in the hundred thousands place. So now you go back to your number and you count. Okay, which one's in the hundred thousands place? Let me change my highlighter. I've got a new computer, so I've got to fix my settings as I go along here. So we count 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, Pakistan has a 7 in the hundred thousands place. Nigeria has 100. Oh, you can't even see my highlighting. Alright, I'm gonna erase this. Nigeria has a 2 in the hundred thousands place. You see that? So that's the country that would meet these requirements. There's a 0 in the ones place. It's right here. and there is a 2 in the 100,000th place, which is right here. So then you'd write Nigeria. Nigeria. And you better write neat, because if you're writing sloppy, you're going to have to erase it. Okay. There's a 1 in the 100 millionth place and a 6 in the 10,000th place. So 100 millions. First, we got to find which was the 100 millionth place, right? And if you don't remember, then just go back and look at your place value chart. Don't expect me to tell you. That's being lazy. You go back, look at your place value chart at the top of the page, find out which one is 100 millions, how many numbers from right to left. I know what it is. See, I'm counting in my head. The first 3 numbers are units, the next 3 numbers are thousands, and the next 3 numbers are millions. And the third number is the 100, right? I'm just thinking out loud. So that means 9 numbers. If I count from right to left, the 9th number will be the 100 million. So let's look here. I want to find a 1 in the 100 million. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all the numbers that have a 1 in the 100 million. I like the green one better. Okay, so 1 in the 100 million. So that would be, this one has a 1, 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 this one has a 1. Okay, and this one has a 1. Okay, so they want a 1 in the 100 millionth place. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. A 1 in the 100 millionth place. And a 6, see, I'm reading right here, and a 6 in the 10,000th place. Okay, so ones, tens, hundreds, that's units, right? Now we're going into thousands, so ones, tens. The 5th number is the 10,000th place. So which one of these numbers that we highlighted has a 6 in the 10,000th place? Found it. Pakistan. I am from Pakistan. Alrighty then. Now, number 7 says there is a 2 in the thousands place, a 7 in the millions place, but not a 7 in the 100,000th place. So let's find which number has a 2 in the thousands place. So let me delete these and erase these. Okay, which one has a 2 in the thousands place? So let's count. Ones, tens, hundreds, 1,000. The first one is units, the next one's thousands. So this would be thousands, and we want a 2. So let's find all the numbers that have 2 in the thousands place. Here's one. Here's another one. Okay, so 2 of them have 2's in the thousands place, right? Yeah, right here. See, 2 and 2 in the thousands place. Now there needs to be a 7 in the millions place. So 7 is ones, hundreds, ones, tens, hundreds, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, million. Okay, so this one has a 7 in the. They both have a 7 in the millions place. Ooh. And then it says, but not a 7 in the 100,000th place. Not a 7. Not a 7, right? Okay. So where's the 100,000th place? You count ones, tens, hundreds. It's going to be a third number, because the third number is always 100. So here's the third number in the 100,000th place. And which one of the 2 numbers that we highlighted does not have a 7 in the 100,000th place? It's Indonesia. This one doesn't have a 7 in the 100,000th place. So Indonesia. Yeah, Pakistan and Indonesia, they need Jesus. They don't have too many people out there talking about Jesus. They need to know who the King of Heaven and Earth is. I hope that some of you hearing this consider being missionaries to either Indonesia or Pakistan, because they really need to know who the King is. Alright. So, hopefully you can do the rest. Hopefully you can do 8, 9, and 10, because you already understand it. So I would suggest you pause the video, press pause, do 8, 9, and 10, just so that you can make sure that you know how to do it. And then you can unpause the video and see if you did it right. I'll explain it, but you pause it. In fact, once you understand it, what I suggest you do is you pause it, because it takes longer listening to me talk and explain each and every problem than if you just pause it once you get it and do it on your own. Alright? And don't forget to get your supervisor's initials, so that he or she can make sure that you understand this and that I explained it to you correctly. Okay, thank you. So pause and do a 9 by yourself. All right, I hope you're done by now. And I hope you listen to me and pause it and get it. If you can't do it by yourself after the explanation I gave you, then that means you're not completely understanding it, and you need to ask your supervisor for help. Okay? So make sure that you ask your supervisor, your teacher for help once you get to school. If you don't go to school, if you homeschool, well, call the hotline for your tutoring for your homeschooling. So let's continue here. It says there's a five in the. I'm gonna do the rest pretty fast, right? There's a five in the hundreds place. Okay, so hundreds place is right here. This one has a five, and that's it. There's a five in the hundreds place. So that's gonna be Brazil. And then it says there's a three in the millions place and a six in the thousands place. So millions are right here. A three. So this one has a three. This one has a three. This one has a three. And it's a three in the million, six in the thousands place. This one has a six. So that's Bangladesh. And then there's a four in both tens place and thousands place. So tens place, there's a four. There's a four, and thousands place. That's the United States. The United States needs Jesus too. It needs missionaries. Uh, needs more Christian schools too. Not enough Christians in the U.S. anymore. They forgot who their king is. Well, anyways, that's it. So I hope you understand. If you don't, make sure you ask your supervisor. If I'm your supervisor, if Pastor Eli's your supervisor, then you better ask him to explain it more when you get to class. All right? Bye-bye.